Radio Texas, live with Buddy Logan.
BJ Barham of American Aquarium back with us, and I'll be damned, BJ, you went and done it again, man.
Yeah, man.
What are you doing?
I got to keep y'all on your toes. I can't have y'all. I can't have y'all thinking I took a year off.
No,
you know?
nobody thinks that whatsoever. Nobody is confused. Nobody thinks you've been on vacation. BJ Barham, American Aquarium, just hit us with a '90s country cover album. Slappers, bangers, and certified twangers. BJ, what's the process for a song to become a certified twanger?
There was a pretty strict criteria.
Yeah.
It had to be recorded between 1990 and 1994. And it had to be a top 10 single. We didn't record many number one hits. Most of these songs are like a number 4 hit or a number 6 hit. Like I wanted to kind of stay in that wheelhouse. Like I think most people, when they would do a cover record like this, they'd cover Garth and George Strait and Reba and Shania and like the big monolithic, like one name artist of the early 90s. And I wanted to explore kind of some of the deeper cuts that like, people still know these songs by heart.
Right.
Queen of My Double Wide Trailer.
And nobody's calling Sammy Kershaw just Sammy. He's not just Sammy.
Yeah.
You got to include the Kershaw.
Nobody says, Reba, Garth, Sammy.
Right,
like,
right.
And that's not a knock.
Not at all.
Kershaw.
Not at all. Because I love Sammy Kershaw.
Because he had so many. Like the thing we came down to was we had to choose between Queen of My Double Wide and Vidalia. Those were the two songs that were in the contention, and we went with Queen of My Double Wide just because I've always wanted to say the line Charlie Daniels of the Torque Wrench.
That's a great line, man. I didn't
That's
even
such a
appreciate
great line.
it. I didn't appreciate it as a kid. It's one of those things that you don't appreciate.
As a kid, I didn't really understand the context. I didn't realize like he was saying like this means you're the best at something.
right.
And it's everybody wants to sing a verse about let's just go on home and have some onion rings and watch TV. Like that's a line in like a hit.
Yes. It's awesome. It's awesome. BJ Barham of American Aquarium, the new album. It's 90s covers, slappers, bangers, and certified twangers. Let's do Sammy Kershaw, Queen of My Double Wide Trailer. You guys stick around. BJ's going to be hanging out for a bit. We're going to play a lot of slappers, bangers, and certified twangers tonight on Radio Texas Live.
Well, I met her out at Murphy's restaurant. She said she was fresh from the farm.
BJ Barham of American Aquarium on with us tonight. It's Radio Texas Live. And if you're one of the few that hadn't heard, American Aquarium just dropped a 90s country cover album, Slapper Bangers, Certified Twangers. BJ, you do have a few trolls. First of all, it's an amazing album, start to finish. The day it was released, I worked out to it. Like I listened to it twice while I worked out, and it was amazing. Just beautiful music. But you do have some trolls out there, and you shut them down in true BJ style. You wrote a few folks writing to tell me our covers aren't as good as the originals. Well, no expletive deleted. Do you really think I woke up thinking I was going to get the best of Faith Hill in a sing-off?
Yeah, we knew full well going into this that there was going to be some guy or some gal on Twitter who's just like, and this ain't as good as Trisha Yearwood's version.
Right.
And I just want to be like, well, duh. It's like, I'm not trying to like be better than the original. It's like, this is my tip of the hat. This is me paying homage to the music that built me. This is foundationally like the bedrock of my musical education from the age of, to the time I came online and realized what music was till I was 14 or 15. This is what music was to me. It was getting in the car with my dad, FM country station. Back home in Reedsville, it was Cat Country.
Yes.
94.5 Cat Country. and this is what was on every time we got in the car to go somewhere. And so this is what I was raised on. It taught me melody. It taught me song structure. It taught me how to tell a really great story in less than 4 minutes. And a lot of kids my age like to pretend that Townes Van Zandt was what they were listening to when they were 4. And no, it's not.
No.
You were listening to Travis Tritt and Sammy Kershaw and Sawyer Brown. And this is where I got my education. So I'm not trying to outdo the original. There's no outdoing the original.
RTX Live.
I was a child.
They call him the Honky Tonk Kid, Aaron Watson. That's what his mama calls him, Run Wild Horses. BJ Barham of American Aquarium, my guest tonight, guys. This is a fun Fun show. If you love 90s country, we are spinning songs off American Aquarium's 90s country cover album, Slappers, Bangers, Certified Twangers, and talking 90s country all night with BJ. Stay tuned. More coming up.
Grandpa taught me how to ride.
BJ Barham of American Aquarium on with us tonight. It's Radio Texas Live. And if you're one of the few that hadn't heard, American Aquarium just dropped a 90s country cover album, Slapper, Bangers, Certified Twangers. BJ, you do have a few trolls, but there's also most people who are supportive.
I had so many people online, not the trolls. It's the 1%'s going to complain
always
about everything.
Yeah.
The other 99% are like, man, I haven't thought about these songs in 30 years. Thank you for bringing these back into like the front of my brain. I haven't forgot any words to these songs.
Sing it right along.
And I wanted to have fun. Like our last two records, American Aquarium records, have been extremely serious records. They've been heavy, not just emotionally, but like thematically. And I wanted to come out and have just fun. And I think most people hear that. Most people are like, man, BJ's not the best singer, but he is having a great time.
Yeah.
I'm like your uncle that gets up at karaoke, and he's not the best, but he is spirited.
And committed.
Exactly. Like I might not be the best singer, but I'm committed to these songs. Like I feel like they're my kids now. Like this is fantastic. And one of the best parts about this is the original artist reaching out to me and giving me their blessing. And so for every guy's name with 20 numbers after it on Twitter who says that I'm terrible,
right,
I'll take Sammy Kershaw's word over if the song is decent or not. Or I'll take Mark Miller from Sawyer Brown's word over whether it's decent or not.
Right. Let's do it. Your Sawyer Brown cover. It's Some Girls Do. BJ Barham of American Aquarium. Their new album, Slapper, Bangers, and Certified Twangers is out now. We got more BJ coming up.
Well, she turned up her nose as she walked by my Cadillac.
All right, BJ, your new album, Slappers, Bangers, and Certified Twangers. Not only is it fun to say, it is an amazing album, 90s country cover songs. And I went through and I didn't check all the release dates for these songs. It seems like most of them were released in 93, 94, which I'll be damned if wasn't right when I started listening to country music. Release date, dude, you had me feeling like I was 12, 13 years old, folding newspapers again, getting ready to go on a paper route. I lived in Idaho at the time, and when it got really cold, my stepdad would take me to deliver papers. All 10 of these songs is what we heard while I was delivering papers in the freezing Idaho cold.
It's and I think a lot of people have these same stories. Like this is a nostalgic record for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. For me, it takes me back to riding in the back seat of my dad's S10 Blazer, going to the grocery store, vinyl seats burning the back of my legs,
yes,
screaming these choruses at the top of my lungs. And I think everybody has a story, whether it was going fishing with your grandpa or going to the mall with your mom. Like these songs aren't just hits from the 90s. These songs tap into something that's really powerful, and that's memory. Making this record, I got to revisit all of those memories. Like a lot of the people that I made these memories with aren't here anymore. My grandparents, my mom. Making these songs and thinking about the first time I heard it or the first time we were screaming these songs in the car take me back to a really great place. And I think that and what we've learned in the last 3 days by the reception of this record is that a lot of other people have those exact same memories. In a year that's been really hard for a lot of people, it's so awesome to release a fun record that just makes people smile. You were working out to this record. Like, I hope people are blaring this on a lake all summer.
Yes.
I hope people are going to the beach and listening to this record. I hope it takes you back to where you were 93, 94 when you were falling in love with country music.
Breaking Red Dirt News, Buddy Logan's Aircheck Podcast, plus nonstop Texas and Red Dirt music. Download the Radio Texas Live app and change your life. Change your life.
BJ Barham of American Aquarium on with us tonight. His new album, Slappers, Bangers, and Certified Twangers, all 90s country covers. It's amazing. BJ, did you have expectations with this album? Did you think you could release it and it might do nothing? Or did you foresee it connecting with people as much as it has and how quickly as it has?
Well, I financed it myself. I was fully prepared to have this thing. Like if nobody bought a single copy, I'd be like, guess what? I've got 10 versions of me singing my favorite songs. I don't care. But it's, I'm not going to lie. It's like you go into it and as you start building through the process, you start getting vinyl press. We got cassettes.
Are people buying cassettes? You can't even play a cassette anywhere anymore.
I've got about 20 of them left, and we pressed 250. So a lot of people have bought them.
That's
just
awesome.
we're selling it as, S10 Summer, man. Jump back in your dad's 95 S10 Blazer, throw this bad boy on and just have fun with it.
Awesome.
But yeah, it's, as you're going through the process, you hope that it resonates with people. But this is one of those things, like, there's no pressure for me. It's not my songs. These songs are already tried and true. These are hits.
Yes.
Like, it didn't take too much thinking. Like, it wasn't like, oh, are people going to like this? Of course they're going to like it. Like, these songs were like top 10 singles in the 90s. Like, that was the easy part. The rewarding part for me is how much people have embraced this record. And, it's rewarding to take to throw the dice and take a gamble on something so ridiculous and for it to pay off. It's been really fun.
BJ Barham, American Aquarium, the new album Slappers, Bangers, Certified Twangers is out, and we got more with BJ coming up.
I said a tail lights drove away into the night.
Slappers, Bangers, Certified Twangers. BJ Barham, which one is She's in Love with the Boy? A slapper, banger, or a certified twanger?
Man, that's a banger and a twanger.
Okay, all right.
That's it's not quite a slapper, but it's a banger and a twanger. So it's a twofer. That song is one of my all-time favorite songs, and the memory behind that song is when we first started touring, like heavy touring. We were in a van and trailer. My guitar player at the time, one of my best friends from high school, a guy named Amos Baines. That was like his go-to, like, get hammered at the bar on the way back to the hotel. Put that song on the iPod, not the iPhone, but the iPod. And we'd scroll through to Trisha Yearwood and you'd blast that. And it was just, Katie looks at Tommy like I still look at you.
Goosebumps, like, man. Goosebumps every time.
Man, it wind us down, early touring. That was, heading back from the bar. That was the fun. It was just like, we're out here making zero money, but we're having a great time playing music. And it's pretty great to be able to sing a song like She's in Love with the Boy and belt it and get to be Mama and get to be, yelling at Tommy. And, it was a lot of fun for me getting into these kind of roles that, like, as a kid, She's in Love with the Boy is a girl song.
Right.
And as an artist, being able to sing it and be like, no, it's not a girl song. It's not a boy song. It's just a great story song.
BJ Barham, American Aquarium, the new album. Slappers, Bangers, Certified Twangers. Let's do Trisha Yearwood's She's in Love with the Boy. We got more BJ coming up.
Katie's sitting on her old front porch, watching the chickens peck the ground.
Again, BJ, appreciate you hanging out, man. Last time...
Hey, Kevin, man, thanks for having me.
For sure, anytime. Last time you were on, it was right at the beginning of the quarantine, and you had a nasty stash. That's no longer an issue.
I haven't shaved in a few days, so it's starting to get a little creepy, but it's not as bad as it was. It was full blown.
Dude, I thought it was awesome. I think you should bring it back, especially with the 90s album. The 90s album, you might as well get it going again. I want to talk about your cover of Patty Loveless, I Try to Think About Elvis, because when I was listening to your new album, Slappers, Bangers, Certified Twangers, so I got to I Try to Think About Elvis, but as she started singing, I started getting excited, and the part where she goes, okay, Patty, keep it together, or whatever exactly she says. I was looking forward to you saying, okay, BJ, keep it together. And you didn't. You didn't say BJ.
I didn't say BJ. I said, come on now, pull it together. I wanted to keep it pretty non-specific to me. Man,
did you go back and forth about that at all? About maybe saying your name or not?
We recorded a version with me saying it, and we recorded a version without me saying it.
Yeah.
For me, I wanted this to be in people's heads, like this, like, because it's such a great, it's a rockabilly song.
Right.
It is straight up, like, that guitar solo is ripping.
Yes.
This is a banger and a slapper. This falls somewhere in between those two.
I respect your reasoning for leaving out your name. However, BJ, I'm going to ask for a favor.
Okay.
And ask if I can get okay, BJ, it's Radio Texas Live. Keep it together, and I want to drop it into the song just for a Radio Texas Live version.
Yeah, we can do that.
Can we do that? You want to do it like right now?
Yeah, we'll do it right now.
Okay.
Okay, BJ, it's Radio Texas Live. Pull it together.
Yes. All right.
There you go, man. You got it.
Dude, I'm putting that in the song, and anytime you hear it on Radio Texas Live, that's what's going to be. That's what's going to be in there. That's what's going to be. For the first time ever, the Radio Texas Live mix of I Try to Think About Elvis with BJ Barham of American Aquarium. We got more coming up.
I try to think about Elvis, Memphis, Oprah in the afternoon. I try to think about palm trees and big leaves. I forget what I should do.
Okay, BJ. It's Radio Texas Live. Pull it together.
I try to think about Shakespeare.
BJ Barham of American Aquarium on Radio Texas Live. I'm Buddy Logan. We're having a lot of fun tonight, BJ. We're going over your new 90s country cover album, Slappers, Bangers, and Certified Twangers. Brooks and Dunn, one of the best duos of all time. Of course, Ronnie sang most of the songs for Brooks and Dunn. He has an amazing voice, but Kix did mix in a few hits where he sang lead, including Lost and Found. Did you purposely choose a Kix Brooks song instead of a Ronnie Dunn? Just because it'd be easier to sing?
100%. Kix Brooks is, I can't imagine how hard it is to be in a band with Ronnie Dunn.
Dude.
Like, one of the greatest country singers of the 90s.
One of the greatest vocalists perhaps ever. Underappreciated.
Yeah, like people, just listen to Boot Scootin' Boogie and listen to the range that he has to go to, because he's got the low parts and then he's got this really high, that Boot Scootin' Boogie. Like that stuff right there is unreal. But Kix Brooks has, this is one of my favorite Brooks and Dunn songs.
It's a great song. Yes, mine too.
We were going to do Neon Moon, but then we realized how played out that is.
And it was on the Redone album that they did.
Yes. Yeah, and so we wanted to make sure, like, that's the thing about Brooks and Dunn is you could pick 20 songs that were all top 10 hits. Mm-hmm. But like a guy like me is not singing My Maria. Like I'm not hitting those high notes.
No.
But a song like Lost and Found is right in my wheelhouse. Kix Brooks and me have similar vocal ranges.
Let's spin it. It's Brooks and Dunn, BJ Barham of American Aquarium, Lost and Found, a song that was written by Kix Brooks. A great written song. It's a great story song. We got more BJ coming up on Radio Texas Live.
Lost your trail on a Friday night. She was gone before I got home.
And BJ taking us right back to 1993, 1994. Your new album, Slappers, Bangers, and Certified Twangers, is out now. And if you guys haven't discovered it yet, I don't know where the hell you've been at. Dude, it's amazing.
You haven't been on Twitter.
Dude, BJ, Friday and Saturday of release day, my Twitter feed was nothing. It was like 90% of my Twitter feed. BJ Barham, Slappers, Bangers, Certified Twangers, everyone. That's what my Twitter was for 2 or 3 days after you released this.
I'm okay with that.
You're okay? Did you expect that? I mean, how surprised? I mean, regardless, it feels good. But did you have any expectation of that kind of response?
I had no idea it would be like that. We knew that it would be fun, and we knew that a subset of our fan base would really, really dig it. I had no idea that every single person
the whole world digs it. Dude.
And it's great because like we didn't have any press or publicity, or we didn't push it to radio. Like we just put it up on the internet. Friday morning at midnight, Thursday night, Friday morning, whatever you want to call it. But at midnight it came out, and I stayed up to make a post like, hey, it's out now. And I woke up and it was just like my phone was like the battery was drained just because it was like blowing up. And I spent pretty much all day Friday like just like interacting with people.
That was
and
awesome.
Letting them know how much I appreciated them listening to it. And you had some people like Marty Smith from NASCAR and ESPN was like retweeting it, and I was like, man, this is reaching people that like I never thought would care. So it felt really good to like put out something that you really like, or you really believe in, or you think is something cool.
Sure.
And there's always that nice to get a pat on the back of it. Man, this is pretty cool. Like, good job.
BJ Barham, American Aquarium, Slappers, Bangers, Certified Twangers, out now. We got more BJ coming up. Radio Texas Live. I'm Buddy Logan. BJ Barham with us. BJ, the new album, Slappers, Bangers, Certified Twangers. You're reaching a new base with this, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who've never heard of American Aquarium, and there have been, you shared somebody who's like you suck. What's the consensus from people who didn't know who BJ Barham or American Aquarium was before this album came out?
It's been awesome.
Do they understand? Do they get what you're doing?
There's been a ton of people that had no idea who we were, and they listened to this, and as soon as Should Have Been a Cowboy gets done playing, which is the last track on the record, it immediately goes into our top 6 singles on Spotify. And so we've had so many people be like, I came for the covers, I stayed for these original songs. Like, oh wow, like y'all are like a real band. Like,
yeah.
And that's a nice thing when more people are coming to the table. When it's something like this, I look at like Slappers, Bangers, and Twangers like the 99-cent sale that got somebody in the door, and then hopefully they're staying and taking home a couch or something.
Right. Hit up some Lamentations as well.
Yeah, and that's the goal.
Should Have Been a Cowboy, probably the biggest song on the album, and it was Toby Keith's first number one. It was the biggest country song on the radio in 1993. It went on to become the biggest country song on the radio for the 90s. Did you have any other Toby Keith songs in mind, or was this the one that you wanted to do?
So we went back and forth about whether or not to put Toby Keith on there, because Toby Keith is such a big star of the 90s, and we were trying to stay away from like huge stars. The reason I chose this song is because this is one of the only songs Toby Keith wrote.
Right, he wrote this
by himself, not a co-write. Toby Keith wrote this song by himself, had it in his back pocket when he moved to Nashville. Like, that's incredible. Like, this song is unreal. Should Have Been a Cowboy, still a great song.
You can't deny it. It's undeniable.
Like I don't like the dude now. I don't like what he stands for. I don't like the faux patriotic thing he did. I don't like the pandering he's done. But Should Have Been a Cowboy is a great song.
RTX Live with Buddy Logan.
I bet you never heard old Marshall Dillon say, Miss Kitty, have you ever thought of running away? Cheyenne.
90s Country Night pretty much here at Radio Texas Live. You guys have been listening, having a good time. BJ Barham of American Aquarium. The guys released a new album last Friday, Slappers, Bangers, Certified Twangers, and we pretty much played every song off of it tonight. We got more BJ coming up and one more song to do. We're going to spin the Faith Hill cover, all right? Stay tuned, more BJ next. First, Pecos in the Rooftops. Here's Killer Man.
How many heartbreaks does it take to kill a man?
BJ Barham of American Aquarium with us. It is Radio Texas Live. I'm Buddy Logan. If you guys haven't gotten into it, Slappers, Bangers, and Certified Twangers from American Aquarium, 90s country cover album. And all night tonight we've been playing Slappers, Bangers, and Twangers. Some of them are 2 or 3. What would you say Wild One is from Faith Hill?
That's a banger.
Banger?
That's a solely a banger. That song reminds me so much of my daughter. You know, as a kid, I didn't understand it. You know, it was just a really fun song on the radio that you sang along to.
Right.
But once I had my daughter and I started hearing that song on the radio, it's just like, it's about the parent trying to get control of this wild girl who's not going to be told anything. And I'm like, man, this is my daughter, and I'm fully embracing it, and I love her for it.
You have no choice. You have no choice, and it's awesome.
Yeah,
yes.
And I think the song is about, you know, coming to that term. You know, she's going to do what she wants. She's going to be an independent woman, and I'm not going to be able to control her whole life, and I've just got to teach her how to make the right decision.
You recreated the song. Any chance you recreate the music video for this one? Where she's
No. So many people have sent us the actual videos. Be like, y'all need to do a shot for shot remake of every video. I was like, as fun as that would be, you know, there's a budget, and we don't have the budget to go through like 10 ridiculous music videos.
Not all of them. Not all. Just Faith Hill. Just Faith Hill Wild One. Just recreate. It's just a stoop.
Man, we had such a ball doing this one, man. It was, I don't know if we're going to do music videos, but I can tell you right now that this summer we're going to throw 1 or 2 of these songs in the set every night.
BJ Barham, American Aquarium, Slappers, Bangers, Certified Twangers. It is out now. BJ, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.
Awesome, dude. I appreciate you, brother.
All right, man. I'll holler at you later.
Take care. We'll see you.
Radio Texas Live with Buddy Logan.
They said change your clothes, she said no I won't. They said comb your hair, she said some kids don't. Parents' dreams went up in smoke. They said you can't leave, she said yes I will. They said don't see him, she said his name is Bill. She's on a roll and it's all uphill. She's a wild one with an angel's face, a woman child.